Students, let's see reactions due to breaking of CO bond in alcohols. So carbon oxygen bond breaking reactions from alcohols. In that first one, reaction with HX, that is hydrogen halide. So reaction with HX, in that HX, that is hydrogen halide, is nothing but either HCl, HBr or HI. Now the reactivity order of reactivity of these hydrogen halide is HI is more reactive than HBr than HCl. It is proved by during the reaction the more requirements are required for the HCl than the HBr than HI. So HI is easily undergoes reaction with alcohol than HBr than HCl. This is the most important part or the point, and which is very important for CET, NEET and JEE also. So many times question is asked on this point. So order of reactivity of HX is nothing but HCl is less reactive than HBr than HI. Now when it is treated with alcohols are of three types. If we take a general formula of alcohol, that is ROH. This ROH either a primary alcohol, secondary alcohol or tertiary alcohol. When it is treated with first reagent, that is a HCl. Here Lucas reagent is used when the reaction takes place with HCl. So anhydrous zinc chloride plus concentrated HCl. This is the Lucas reagent. So what is Lucas reagent? Lucas reagent means Lucas reagent is nothing but it is the mixture of Lucas reagent is mixture of concentrated HCl and anhydrous zinc chloride ZnCl2. This mixture is called as mixture of concentrated HCl with anhydrous zinc chloride. This mixture is called as a Lucas reagent. So any alcohol when treated with this Lucas reagent, if primary alcohol is there, then the mixture is heated. Then what happens here? This OH is replaced by Cl, but it is not easy, and that's why it required this zinc chloride catalyst play a role, very important role for the removal of this OH from alcohol. So we'll see in mechanism how the OH group is replaced by this zinc chloride. Okay, so here we complete the reaction first. So what do we get? The product is ROH is replaced by Cl plus what is the byproduct? Here this OH and H is form the H2 molecule. Okay, so we get its corresponding alkyl halides. So RCl means alkyl halide. Alkyl chloride is there. RCl means alkyl chloride. So this Lucas reagent test or Lucas reagent is used to distinguish primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. How the reaction takes place? Already we studied in laboratory tests also. If we take 3 test tubes and there are 3 alcohols are there, means in one test tube there is a primary alcohol, secondary alcohol and tertiary alcohol in the third test tube, and if we add the Lucas reagent in these 3 test tubes. Then if in this test tube, if immediately, instantly turbidity is observed, so the turbidity is observed instantly, that is quick turbidity is observed, then we can identify this presence of this tertiary alcohol. If the turbidity is observed in this alcohol after few minutes or about after 5 minutes, then we can identify presence of secondary alcohol. And there is a no turbidity after long time, or turbidity observed when it is heated. So only on heating, if the turbidity is observed, then we can identify this is the primary alcohol. So turbidity means this alkyl chloride is formed. So this is the reaction when Lucas reagent is added in the alcohol. See here, this ROH, when treated with this Lucas reagent, there is a formation of alkyl chloride, and this alkyl chloride is insoluble in this aqueous solution. So this solution become turbid. So due to solubility, insoluble nature of this RCl, that is alkyl chloride, the solution become turbid, and this turbidity observed instantly, then we can identify this is the tertiary. Within after few minutes, if turbidity is observed, then it is secondary alcohol, and only on heating, if the turbidity observed, then we can identify this is the primary alcohol. So Lucas reagent is very important to identify either primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. Now in these alcohols, the reactivity of order of this alcohol is tertiary alcohols are more reactive than secondary than primary. So this is the reactivity order of tertiary alcohols, that is tertiary alcohols are highly reactive than secondary than primary in case of the bond breaks between carbon and oxygen. Now let's see what is the mechanism of Lucas reagent. So about the mechanism, what happened? If we see the mechanism of Lucas reagent, when the reaction takes place, what happens? See, this ROH, that is alcohol, ROH, always on the oxygen there are 2 lone pair electrons are there, and when it is comes in contact with zinc chloride, ZnCl2, this zinc chloride is Lewis acid, because this zinc is electron deficient, and electron deficient species are always Lewis acids. They accept pair of electron, and this oxygen which donate this pair of electron to this zinc and bonded with the zinc. So this donate the electron, so it acts as a Lewis base. So what is the product? See here, intermediate product is formed, and this reaction is takes place reversibly. So R as it is O, this O donate 1 lone pair electron to this zinc, ZnCl2, H is as it is. Now what happened? Due to donation of this lone pair of electron to the zinc, the oxygen carry positive charge and zinc carry negative charge, because it accept these 2 electrons and form the bond with this oxygen. That's why zinc carry negative charge, oxygen carry positive charge. But oxygen, we know about the oxygen is highly electronegative, and its tendency to accept the electron, and that's why it become unstable due to carry or due to acquire positive charge on it, then what happen? It attracts or it takes this pair of electron towards itself and the bond break from here. So what happen? At the same time, the HCl present in the solution, that is H plus and Cl minus. So what happens here? The bond breaks here. These two electrons are goes towards the oxygen and R plus is formed, which is combined with Cl minus, and finally here we get RCl plus is the byproduct, that is OH ZnCl2. Zn minus is there. Okay. Now this H plus also present in the solution. This H plus without its electron goes towards this OH minus, and by combining with this OH minus, here H2O molecule is formed, which is neutral one, and ZnCl2 is formed. So like this way, this is the mechanism of Lucas reagent. So what is the mechanism? See once again. When this alcohol comes in contact with this anhydrous zinc chloride, so zinc chloride is electron deficient species and oxygen is electron rich species. So by using these two electron, this oxygen bonded with zinc and carries positive charge on oxygen, negative charge on zinc. So next what happen? By the formation of this positive charge on oxygen, this oxygen become unstable, and due to its highly electronegative nature, it attract this pair of electron towards itself. So these two electrons are attracted towards or goes towards this oxygen, and this alkyl group carry positive charge. So what happen? At the same time, their HCl group is present in this solution. So HCl breaks like this way, H plus and Cl minus. So R plus combined with Cl minus. By taking these two electron, it is bonded with R plus. So there is a formation of RCl, and the byproduct, that is OH. By taking these two electron, this positive charge is replaced. So OH ZnCl2 minus. Now at the same time, when this intermediate is formed, there is H plus ions are also there. So this H plus combined with OH minus, and it form the H2O molecule with the replacement of ZnCl2. So this is the mechanism of the Lucas reagent when the reaction takes place with the alcohol. So this is about the Lucas reagent. Now next one, the second reagent is there, that is PX3, phosphorus trihalide. So when this reaction is already you studied in halogen derivatives, but we can revise here. So any alcohol, that is ROH, this alcohol is maybe primary, secondary or tertiary, and in these alcohols the C and O bond breaks, so its reactivity order is tertiary alcohols are more reactive than secondary than primary. So when this alcohol is treated with PX3, so what is PX3? Either this PX3 means it is either PCl3, phosphorus trichloride, phosphorus tribromide, or phosphorus triiodide, Pi3. Okay, PCl3, PBr3 or Pi3. If alcohol is treated with PCl3, then we get its corresponding alkyl chlorides. If alcohol is treated with PBr3, then we get its corresponding alkyl bromides, and this alcohol is treated with Pi3, then this alcohol is converted into its corresponding alkyl iodides. So we get its corresponding alkyl chloride, alkyl bromide or alkyl iodide, but we can see here general reaction. So when this reaction takes place, what happens here? In PX3, 3 halogens are there. So 3 halogen replace these 3 OH. So for the balanced reaction, we required here 3 molecules of alcohols, and we get 3 molecules of RX plus, what is the byproduct? Here see, this 3 OH replaced from this alcohol, 3 OH combined with this phosphorus. So we get the byproduct, that is POH thrice, phosphorus acid. So or we can write it as H3PO3. So like this way also we can write phosphorus acid like this way, H3PO3. So meaning for both is the same. Either we can write like this way, POH thrice, or simply we can write H3PO3. So here we get alkyl halides. So preparation of alkyl halide from alcohol. This is also most important reaction, and already you studied in halogen derivatives. So in this reaction also, tertiary alcohols are highly reactive than secondary than primary. Okay. Now next one more reagent is there, that is third reagent is there, PCl5. So PCl5 means, what is the name of this compound? Phosphorus pentachloride. 5, that is pentachloride, phosphorus pentachloride. When it is treated with any alcohol, that is ROH, when treated with PCl5, phosphorus pentachloride, and the mixture is heated, we get, here also the bond breaks between carbon and oxygen, and this chlorine gets substituted at the place of OH. So what we get the product? This is also reaction from halogen derivatives, preparation of alkyl halide chloride, that is RCl, alkyl chloride is formed, alkyl chloride plus, what is the byproduct? Tell me here. So the byproduct is POCl3 is there. So one byproduct is there, POCl3, with the other byproduct is, remaining byproduct is there, HCl. So here we get the balanced equation, that is, if you observe, only one molecule of alcohol when treated with PCl5, it gives its corresponding one molecule of alkyl chloride, that is RCl, with remole of POCl3 and HCl. So in this case also, this reactivity order of this alcohol is same, that is tertiary alcohols are more or highly reactive than secondary than primary. Okay, so this is the most important thing, and this reaction is also already completed in the halogen derivatives. Now next part is there, and the most important part, or the reaction from the alcohol, is dehydration of alcohols. So dehydration of alcohols, dehydration of alcohols. So when these alcohols undergoes dehydration, so dehydration of alcohol means, dehydration, what is mean by dehydration? Dehydration means removal of water, removal of water, that is called as dehydration. So removal of water from alcohol molecule. So how it is takes place? Removal of water from alcohol, how it is takes place here? If we use the dehydrating agents. So dehydrating agents are used for the dehydration of alcohols. So which are the dehydrating agents? This is also most important thing. So there are number of dehydrating agents are there. In that, first is concentrated sulfuric acid, H2SO4. Again, second one is there alumina, that is Al2O3. This is also example of dehydrating agent. That is, first one concentrated H2SO4 is there, second is there alumina, that is Al2O3. One more dehydrating agent is there, concentrated phosphoric acid, H3PO4. So these are some examples of dehydrating agents which helps for the dehydration of alcohol. So what is the dehydration? Let's see. So dehydration means when these dehydrating agents comes in contact with any object. Suppose this concentrated H2SO4 is a burning reagent, means on sugar, if we put the concentrated H2SO4, then we get the carbon. So burning of sugar takes place due to evaporation of water molecule. So from sugar, if we put the concentrated H2SO4, then there is a dehydration, that is removal of water takes place, and we get its carbon, that is the burning of the sugar takes place. So like this way, removal of water means dehydration. So let's see about the alcohol here. So for the dehydration, there is, if we take its carbon skeleton of alcohol, 2 carbon containing alcohol is there, and to the 1 carbon OH group, that is alcoholic group, is present, and to the adjacent carbon this hydrogen is present. Remaining valency again completed by the hydrogen. But we can take here this OH group. This is the OH group and this H group. So this H2 is replaced from the alcohol when it is treated with these dehydrating agents like concentrated H2SO4 or Al2O3 or H3PO4. So what happened? By the removal of this H2O, the valency of carbon is changed. So when this carbon replace these 2 groups, then this single bond is converted into double bond. So we get its corresponding alkenes by the replacement of water molecule. So this is the general reaction with primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. Now when this reaction takes place, this OH group is not replaced easily. So OH group is not a good living group, means it is not breaks easily. This OH group is not a good living group. Good living group means it not removed easily. So this concentrated H2SO4 used to remove this OH by the protonation of the alcohol. So what happens during the mechanism we'll see afterwards, but first we'll see how the reaction takes place with primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol with on dehydration. What we get? So first example of this primary alcohol is there. So if we take a 2 carbon containing alcohol, that is 1 carbon gets attached with the OH, other all valencies of this carbon are completed by hydrogen. So this is the example of ethyl alcohol. So this is the ethyl alcohol is primary alcohol because this is the primary carbon, because it is directly attached to other only 1 carbon atom to which OH group is attached. So ethyl alcohol or ethanol is a primary alcohol. The reactivity order of this alcohol, you know about it. These primary alcohols are less reactive than secondary than tertiary. So its requirement is higher than secondary and tertiary. So when it is treated with concentrated H2SO4, about 95% concentrated H2SO4 is required, and at about 413 Kelvin temperature the dehydration takes place. So what happens? This H2O is replaced and we get its corresponding, what is remaining? See here, this H2O is replaced, then we get CH2 double bond CH2. So 2 carbon containing alkene is formed with removal of water molecule. So this is about the primary alcohol when treated with this concentrated H2SO4 as a dehydrating agent at this temperature. Now if we take secondary alcohol, so what is meant by secondary alcohol? So to show this secondary alcohol, minimum 3 carbons are required. To get the secondary carbon, we required 3 carbon containing chain. So this middle carbon is secondary because it is directly attached to 2 other carbon atom to which OH group is attached. So this is secondary carbon to which OH group is attached. Now complete the valency of this all carbons by hydrogen. So according to valency, this is CH3, CH, CH3. Secondary alcohols are highly reactive than primary. So here 60% concentrated H2SO4 is required, and this reaction takes place at less temperature than the primary, that is about 373 Kelvin. Now see what happened. The removal of water molecule takes place. So the OH from this carbon and H from the adjacent carbon. So either H is replaced from this carbon or from this carbon. So if we replace this H2O from this carbon, then we get, so what do we get the product? Here CH3 as it is, here CH double bond CH2, that is propene. So isopropyl alcohol or secondary propyl alcohol is finally converted into propene on dehydration, and the byproduct is plus H2 is there. So if you observe the primary and secondary alcohol, then see here the more concentration and more temperature is required for the dehydration. But in case of secondary alcohol, their temperature and concentration of H2SO4 decreases, means due to increase in its reactivity for the dehydration. If we take a tertiary alcohol, now what is meant by tertiary alcohol? Tertiary alcohol means the OH group is attached to the tertiary carbon atom. So what is meant by tertiary carbon atom? Tertiary carbon atom means the carbon atom which is attached to 3 other carbon atoms. So this is tertiary carbon because it is attached to how many carbon atoms? 3 are there, and to which OH group is attached. Now complete the valency of each carbon by hydrogen. We will get its structural formula. So this is the tertiary butyl alcohol. Butyl alcohol. Now in tertiary butyl alcohol, the concentration again decreases, that is about 20% H2SO4 is required for dehydration, and temperature again decreases, that is 363 Kelvin temperature is required. Now how the dehydration takes place? See, this OH of this carbon and combined with H of this carbon. So here H2O is replaced and this single bond is converted into double bond. So what is the product formed here? This CH3, CH3 as it is, here double bond CH2 plus removal of this water molecule. So tertiary butyl alcohol is converted into, the name of this alkene is isobutylene. This is isobutylene. So tertiary butyl alcohol is converted into corresponding same carbon containing alkene, that is isobutylene, and the requirements are decreases towards the tertiary alcohol, and that's why these tertiary alcohols are highly reactive than secondary than primary. So note that order of the reactivity is according to the conditions required for the complete the reaction. Okay. Now how the reaction is takes place, or the order of reaction is depends on the formation of carbocation. So in this tertiary alcohol, this tertiary carbocation is more stable than the secondary, than primary, and that's why this is the order of dehydration according to the formation of carbocation is formed during this reaction. Now how this dehydration takes place, let's see the mechanism of dehydration. This reaction is takes place in 3 steps. In that first one is there, in this mechanism first step is there, if you take the example of ethyl alcohol, that is here 2 carbon containing alcohol and removal of water molecule, that is H from this carbon and OH from this carbon, OH. Okay, so this oxygen always carry the 2 lone pair electrons, and according to valency this is CH2, this is also CH2. So this is ethyl alcohol. To show the mechanism, I can write this hydrogen separately. This is actually CH3CH2OH. So name of this CH3CH2OH is ethyl alcohol. So ethyl alcohol, when undergoes dehydration, this dehydration, that is removal of H2O, that is this OH group not breaks this bond easily. To break this bond easily, here this concentrated H2SO4 play a very important role. That is first step, that is a fast step, reversible step is there in presence of concentrated H2SO4. So I can write here H plus on the arrow. So this H plus gets added or bonded to this OH minus by using this pair of electron. So oxygen donate this pair of electron to H plus and form the bond with the H plus, that is OH bond is formed, and that's why this oxygen carry positive charge. So what happen? This is the protonation of alcohol is takes place. This proton is accepted by this alcohol to breaking of the OH bond. So what happened? This CH2H, that is CH3 as it is here, CH2O remaining 1 lone pair electron. This other lone pair is used for the bonding with this hydrogen, and this hydrogen is as it is. Now this is the protonated alcohol is formed in the first step. This is the first step, and in this first step protonated alcohol is formed. Now due to carry this oxygen donate the lone pair electron, that's why it carries positive charge and it become unstable. The name of this compound is, this is ethyl oxonium ion. This protonated alcohol is nothing but, the name of this alcohol is ethyl oxonium ion, which is unstable, and to become stable it is converted into, again it is reversibly converted into, but it is a slow step. So reversibly it gives, this is the second step. The first step, that is the fast step. Here this is the first step, protonation of alcohol takes place. Second step, this is the second step, and this is the very slow step, and that's why this step is called as a rate determining step. Now what happened? This H2O, due to carry this positive charge on oxygen, it become unstable. So to get stability, it releases, this water molecule is releases by taking these 2 electrons. So bond breaks between this carbon and oxygen now, and here carbocation is formed. So second step is there, formation of carbocation. What happened? This H2 is replaced by taking these 2 electrons bonded with the carbon. So we get the carbocation, that is this CH3 as it is, that is CH2H with the CH2 carry plus, with removal of this is H2O with its 2 lone pair of electron. Now this is a primary carbocation. The carbocation is formed, carbocation is formed in the second step. Now it is again unstable due to carry this positive charge on the carbon. To get stable, this pair of electron from this bond between CH group are shifted in between this carbon, and this H plus is removed, and we get this alkene. So by shifting this pair of electron from this bonded carbon and hydrogen bond towards this carbon bond, so what do we get, the product? So finally this is the third step, and it is a reversible but fast step, that is deprotonation. So finally we get here CH2 double bond CH2 plus this H plus is removed, so I can write here H plus. Okay, so this H plus is replaced, and which is reused again for this process. So this H plus again play a role for the further dehydration of alcohol. So this is the mechanism. Once again see what is the mechanism. In the first step, this is the ethyl alcohol, CH3CH2OH. To show this mechanism, this H is separately written here, and OH is there with along with this 2 lone pair electron on oxygen. Now what happened? In the first step, due to presence of this concentrated H2SO4, it supply H plus, and this H plus, that is proton, is accepted by this oxygen by donating this pair of electron to the hydrogen, and here we get CH3CH2OH2 plus. Now this oxygen carry positive charge become unstable. To get stability here, the bond breaks between this carbon and oxygen. So by taking these 2 electron to this oxygen, the bond breaks, and we get the carbocation, that is CH3CH2 plus. Primary carbocation is formed with the removal of water molecule, and finally this carbocation is stable. To get stability, this carbocation is converted into corresponding alkene. So the bond between this carbon and hydrogen breaks heterolytically, and these 2 electrons are shifted here, and CH2 double bond CH2 is formed with the removal of this H plus, which is reused again for the further reaction. That is, this is called as a mechanism, or this is the mechanism takes place during the dehydration of alcohol. So this is about the dehydration reaction in case of alcohols. So dehydration is in dehydration there is same reactivity is there, that is tertiary alcohols are undergoes easily dehydration than secondary than primary, because the tertiary carbocation formed in tertiary alcohol is more stable than secondary than primary, and conditions required in this tertiary are less, that is about 20% H2SO4, here 60% H2SO4, and here 95% H2SO4 required, and the temperature that is for this primary 413 Kelvin, 373 Kelvin and 363 Kelvin, means conditions required for the dehydration of tertiary alcohol are minimum than secondary than primary. So this is the order of dehydration. Tertiary alcohol more easily undergo dehydration than secondary than primary.